Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.
Please switch work shifts with me.
I would if I could.
Why can't you?
Because I have other obligations.
If I understand the terms correctly, the length of the contract would be 1 year with a 1-year option. Is that correct?
Do you mean the contract for equipment rental or the one for training?
I was under the impression that both contracts had the same terms.
Yes and no. Let me see if I can clarify that. The terms are the same except that the contract for training has a clause that allows for the cancellation after the first 6 months.
Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. What I mean is that either side could cancel the training contract after the 6 months as long as it's in writing.
Let me see if I have that right. This contract is for 6 months of training, but if it isn't cancelled, continues for another 6 months. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, that's clear enough. Let's move on to the other terms. Professor Wang, can I ask a few questions?
Certainly.
What is the tariff?
It's a tax levy by the government on goods imported into that country.
Why does the government levy the tariff?
Tariff provides the government with extra tax revenue.
Anything else?
Tariff raises the price at which the goods are sold in the importing country and therefore makes them less competitive with locally produced goods.
Oh, I know. Thank you, Professor Wang.
Do not mention it.
Albert, could you co-sign this approval sheet? Accounting's getting really picky.
I know. They've already sent back 2 approvals I sent them. Where do I sign?
Right here. It's for that new fax machine we're getting.
Oh, right. I remember. There you are. Hope you don't have as many problems as I had. I've read your report, and I'm not sure I agree with you. Do you think you can get attendance improved by requiring salaried employees to take all of their sick days?
That's right. I know it must sound crazy to you, but we believe there will be fewer absences this way.
We give them 10 or 15 sick days per year. Surely requiring people to take them couldn't possibly help. It sounds like a counter-productive policy change to me.
Right now, we have incentives encouraging employees to come to work as often as possible. But employees with colds and the flu are coming to work and infecting their colleagues.
I see. So our current policies are encouraging sick people to come to work, resulting in more sick employees.
That's right. If sick days were mandatory, sick people would stay home. We wouldn't have these company-wide epidemics.
Let's give it a shot. Good afternoon. I am Mr. Brown, the import manager of Atlantic Industries Limited, Sydney, Australia. This is my card.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. My name is Mrs. Anderson, manager of the sales department.
Nice to see you, Mrs. Anderson.
Nice to see you too, Mr. Brown. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What would you like, tea or coffee?
I'd prefer coffee if you don't mind.
Is it your first trip to the fair, Mr. Brown?
No, it's the 4th time.
Good. Is there anything you find changed about the fair?
Yes, a great deal. The business scope has been broadened, and there are more visitors than ever before.
Really, Mr. Brown? Did you find anything interesting?
Oh, yes, quite a bit, but we are especially interested in your products.
We are glad to hear that. What items are you particularly interested in?
Women's dresses. They are fashionable and suit Australian women well, too. If they are of high quality and the prices are reasonable, we'll purchase large quantities of them. Will you please quote us a price?
All right. I am sorry to have kept all of you waiting. I was delayed by something urgent.
You are not late, Mr. Thomas. There are still 15 minutes to go. Mr. White has just called you.
What did he say?
He said there was a traffic jam, but he is coming.
He shouldn't drive his car. He should come here by bus.
What position have you held before?
I have been a salesman.
Would you tell me the general description of your present job?
I am in charge of the trading department.
What made you decide to change your job?
I'm working in a small company where further promotion is impossible.
Why do you leave your present company?
I never easily give up something that is valuable. Before I decided to quit that position, I had made a thorough analysis of things like what I would gain and what I would lose here in your company. You know, Shanghai is always a fascinating place to me, full of challenges as well as hopes. In addition to this, I have the specialized knowledge and the necessary experience of making a good. Of course, opportunities to work abroad and a higher salary are also important to me. So I believe it's worthwhile to come here to work.
Why did you pick this organization?
I'm very much interested in the position.
What made you decide to join our company?
I believe I would have better opportunities with a small but rapidly expanding company like yours.
I'm so sorry to call you on such short notice, but something's come up.
You mean for this afternoon's meeting?
That's right, I'm afraid I have to postpone it. Mr. Scott got sick and I have to attend the Speechmakers Symposium in his place. I'm leaving today, and I won't be back until a week from Friday.
That's quite a while. Let's make it the week after you get back, then.
That will be great. So it's 2 weeks from tomorrow, same time and place. I'm really sorry to do this to you.
No problem at all. To tell you the truth, I could use the extra time in my schedule to catch up on some paperwork.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.